Did we play on Hanam or Nepal rather in our last session?
I think we did, but I was playing like ass. I think it was recording me, and I was I'm very embarrassed for my gameplay last time.
In a highly skill-based game like this, it can feel a little like, oh shoot, I'm sorry world, when we don't do super hot.
And I noticed also that I bought Overwatch twice. I've spent $120 to play this game on 2 different platforms.
Oh no.
PS4 for all my friends to play with them all the time, which I have been like crazy. And then PC to play with Thomas, because Thomas is the only one who has it on PC.
Yeah.
Possibly Richard in the future. And because I wanna be seeing all the updates as soon as they happen. I wanna try I love this game. This is one of my favorite games in the whole wide world.
This is like my favorite multiplayer shooter for sure.
Same here. And I really would love to at some point enter a tournament in my life, like a gaming tournament, just for fun. I'm not gonna not to make it too seriously, but just because I want to experience that, and I want it to be this game, really badly.
Nice. Haha, Tracer!
Oh, I hit perfect person to take her out.
Yeah, I hit my head on the ceiling though. Oh, goons! Get out of here when the goon squad's coming at you. Oh no! Whimsy! I almost called you Whimsy. Oh, and I'm dead now. Whimsy!
It's really funny. I've been thinking about, because my sister Jamie is thinking about having a kid soon.
Oh wow, exciting!
Yeah, I know. And so they have a name picked out, but they won't tell anyone, because the worst thing to say before you have a kid is oh, I'm naming my kid
Binston,
and then someone will be like, oh, I knew a person named Binston. They did drugs and died. It's all right, maybe I don't want to name my kid this, So they don't want it ruined. They want to name it because once you name your kid a name, no one can be like, oh, that's a shit name, because it's a fucking person now.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So so they're waiting, and I really hope they name a kid, if it's a girl, I really hope they name her Angela, so that way I can just call her Mercy the entire time. And then if my sister asks oh, why do you keep calling my only daughter Mercy? It's oh, just because I can tell she has a kind heart. Even though Mercy's a bit sassy.
I would kind of almost rather you just go up and say, video games!
I would at some point, but I just have to be able to get away with calling the kid Mercy until the kid itself accepts that as a nickname. Yeah. So that way in the future you'd be like, oh yeah, what if I was a pro Mercy player, right?
Oh yeah,
my niece is just oh yeah, my uncle he's a pro Overwatch player. 20 a few years from now. Oh, no, not even 20
years.
It would be at most 10 if. But I know a little 5-year-old would be like, oh my god, video. Even my sister said that I'll never be allowed to watch her kids because I play too much video games, and she doesn't want them to play video games.
Ouch.
And I was like, excuse me, but what if your kid wanted to play a sport? It's okay, what if they wanted to play an e-sport?
Yeah.
It's not different. One requires more. Both require something different. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, esports are better for children than actual sports. I'll say that they both offer something different.
Well, I've maybe talked about this in the Fuzzy Bunch before, but I have what some would consider a controversial take on some type of sports things. For me, it depends on the video game, of course, but video games are sports. That's all there is to it.
I agree. No, I agree.
Oh god, I died in that door.
I know. I feel like this is such a discussion old as time, saying, are video games a sport? And I say yes, they are. I would highly say that it's a different breed of sports, a different breed of athletes, if you want to call us that, I guess. But
I think calling them athletes is maybe
mathletes.
I think it's people trying to push that video games are sports really hard, being like, they're athletes. It's you can call them something different. It's okay. It doesn't devalue them. Well, they still play. They just play a sport.
I don't know. I don't know, Kevin.
Extremely physical.
Saying that it's not gay marriage or call it something different, that does that devalue? See? No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I was like, but, oh shit, we're going there, huh?
No, because I'm full support of gay marriage. Not like that needs to be said anymore because it's legal. Hooray!
Ow!
I'm happy we live in a world that like that's finally legal. Can you believe that's happened in our lifetime? Isn't that crazy?
I'm kind of surprised something like that hasn't been done in the past, honestly.
You're surprised it didn't happen sooner?
Well, learning about how dumb humanity is sometimes, no, but I would like to be more optimistic and think this shit should have been done a long time ago. Hello, everyone!
No, you're right.
You're dead!
It should have never been a problem to begin with, because it was never a problem. Someone just made it a problem because they didn't understand. So...
different values that people clung to and such, but yeah. Anyway, boy, we just rolled with that. Sports.
Sports. I think esports is totally a thing. I like to call it esports. I think it's more fun to call it that.
Yeah, and that kind of makes it stand out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Would you call them e-athletes then?
Ethletes?
Ethletes?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
we'll call them ethletes.
I love that. Fucking ethletes, dude.
Ethletes. I've never actually heard that before. If that's already a thing. Oh, here we go. Big Vinston!
If that's already a thing, it was it's such a good name that we thought about it too without knowing about it. That's how you know something's good.
Yeah.
A good name for something.
Ouch. Fuck, what was I saying? But like, would you call a NASCAR driver an athlete?
You know, he's a racer, a race car driver.
Yeah, it's like, but NASCAR, and I know some people will probably like, fuck off, is a sport.
I will say I do enjoy NASCAR.
Oh wow!
Like not like watching over and over again. I just like enjoy, like if I was to have it on the background, I'd be like, all right, sure, yeah, I'll do something else while this is happening. But like I love races, you know.
Okay.
So I love anything racing, you know.
I gotcha. To me, the definition of a sport is something involving like at least two people, and maybe more, and your opponent can physically or mentally or both affect your performance.
Yeah, and
you're trying to score a goal, someone can get in the way.
Right. So it has to have some sort of competitive nature to it. I agree.
Like, this is where I've gotten people mad at me. Cheerleading and dance are not sports.
On a competitive level, I'd say it's a sport.
No, it's a competition. It's not a sport. Because you're, the other dancers cannot physically impact your performance. You could say at a mental level, like watching someone else perform really well makes you nervous. That's fair, but they have to be able to, like, actually influence your performance in a measurable, tangible way, not at a strictly psychological level. Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I really don't have an opinion on the matter, but I like how you said competition. I know like that is a very controversial thing.
Yeah, like people, I don't think that should devalue it, and I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to play it by its definition.
I dated a cheerleader, and trust me, I heard. I mean, actually, she was anti-feminism, believe it or not. But, and I was a feminist, so it was very awkward, because I was just like, yeah, women's rights. And she was like, I should just be in the kitchen. I'm like, no. But,
Hanzo! Where are you, Hanzo?
Oh, shit. Look at these fucking dragons. But her friends were always like, because like, obviously if you're dating a cheerleader, you're going to see her cheerleading friends.
Yeah.
Was like, they're like, cheerleading's a sport, and I didn't have like an opinion on the matter at the time, and I always thought, I guess like in competition, but I guess that is competition.
Yeah. What exactly is an anti-feminist?
Someone who doesn't believe in equality of sexes. So
interesting.
Right.
Well, not confusing, I guess, would be the more appropriate word. Oh shit, we won. And I wasn't even paying attention.
It's strange too because like,
Princeton.
Because I like to think of myself. Oh, okay, hi. I like to think of myself as a feminist because I believe in equality of the sexes.
Yeah.
You know, I don't ever think I was in we both had the same choir teacher.
Yeah.
And there was this one day where she was like, women shouldn't be in the army. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I said this. And she's like, why? And I'm like, why? Like, of course they should be in the army because I looked at the entire classroom. And, you know, it was set up girls on one side, girls on the other, and guys right in the middle.
Yeah.
And I was like, look around. Look at around this room. Any of these girls could beat my butt. I didn't swear because I was in school, but I was like, any of them could beat me up. Any of them could take me out. I would trust these girls on a battlefield more than I would trust myself. All right?
Anyone who can go through that kind of training, I would trust them. I don't fucking care what gender they are. Yeah.
Right. And so like, of course, there's like the people who are always like, I always agree with the teacher in that class setting. You know what I mean? And then there are people who are with me like, yeah, why does that matter? And it's like, and she was the teacher. She was like, well, girls are weaker than guys. I'm like, no, that's like, no, stop. That was dumb.
At a biological level, there's a difference, but I don't know if I would call it significant enough to make that kind of decision.
Right.
Like, that's way overthinking it.
So true.
Yeah.
I was pissed about that, but
who to play? Now, speaking of women in the army, Air Force loves. I think, right? If I recall the bits of her backstory. I heard.
Should we continue this next time? How long was this episode?
That was
13 minutes. This one will be a while.
Yeah, so next time
on Fuzz Punch Arcade.
Fucking, I did it again.
How do you fuck this up,
Let me just
Kevin?
recall. Welcome back to Fuzz Punch Arcade.
How do you fuck it up?
I'm so bad.
Oh my god.